We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between our visitors and the London Black Knights. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at the Londoners as they get ready here. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll have Matt Ryan calling the shots, the former MVP and 3rd overall pick.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Ryan.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Ryan.
This one completes Alec Pierce.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan.
Here's a quick pass. He's got Chris Godwin. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Ryan.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. It fights him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
So they bring out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
On second down, right back to Hines.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On third down, Ryan. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run with Hines, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. From the gun on third down, Ryan.
And he'll find Pittman.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal.
Now it's Ryan.
Got a man. It's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown.
A great play there. his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Colts put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Picking up where they left off before the open week that they had last week as they won going into that, and no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them because there's a trust factor that goes into this, because what often happens, if you win the game before your open week, you usually get more time off. But if you win the game before the open week, get more time off, and don't play well the next time out, that goes away. So they're making a statement that they like that time off.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
A first carry for Rachaad White.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, you know, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. They run again with Hines. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Mitch Wisnowski now. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Now a handoff. Coming left is Gainwell.
Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Looking to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Colts set to take over here offensively.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now,
there he goes, right side. And touchdown.
Alec Pierce.
75 yards.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. London about set to take over on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And they'll begin on the ground with Gainwell. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He completes this to Russell Gage. His first catch good for 8 and a 1st down. He'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 2nd and 1. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 43.
Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. Back to Gainwell here on 2nd down.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Indy offense ready to go once again, and we'll get another look at Alec Pierce.
Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, you know, that good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hines. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw again is Ryan. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. The pickup there, 5 yards.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Hines. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Here's Ryan to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. London about set to take over on offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and 11 now. They'll drop to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is White on the screen. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Back to throw again. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and long. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Over the middle, complete. It's White. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to the Motor City to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And they were winners in that one over the visiting L.A. Chargers. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a touchdown catch in the victory. And lastly, Monday Night Football has a good one lined up between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. In our game, it was the former MVP, Matt Ryan, with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This taken in at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum.
Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hines.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On the delay, here's Hines. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
That's complete to Tyler Johnson.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Second and 2.
Quick throw, finding Mike Evans.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 43. They'll look to throw here. And break. The tight end's got it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his man. It's White.
Down inside the 10.
Touchdown.
Rashad White.
39 yards.
And the Black Knights get a bit closer. So that, Charles, their first score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the third quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question. We'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays.
And it was all finished off by a touchdown catch from Rachaad White.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
On 2nd down, right back to Hines.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Now it's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. London about set to take over on offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Kwity Paye getting in there and burying him behind the line.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. DeForest Buckner, his 2nd sack of the night.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
They bring their punter out there now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Colts coming out now. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Here's Hines. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Hines. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Ryan. He's got it to Williams. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. A second field goal here this third quarter, his 3rd of the game so far.
He's been an important part of the offense, that's for sure, and they may need him again before this one's said and done. So I would treat him like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. Leave him alone and let him focus.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for our visitors, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.